Senator, this is like a partridge in a pear tree keeping up with this. It just keeps adding to this chain of events. Senator Blumenthal, thank you. You're on the Judiciary Committee. You're former Attorney General of the state of Connecticut. So let's start with the breaking news tonight that Trump, the President of the United States, went to the National Security Agency head and the head of National Intelligence, and we all know Senator Coates, went to these two, and Mike Rogers, all respected men, and said, I want you to clear me of any Russian collusion. What do you make of that? They thought it was improper.
It is improper, and it adds additional mounting powerful evidence of a cover-up and obstruction of justice. And what is really significant about it is that it's cumulative on the issue of intent, because Donald Trump's defenders have said he really didn't mean any harm when he pressured Comey, or he didn't mean what he said. But this repeated attempt to stifle investigative work, stop the truth from coming out, eventually becomes evidence of intent. The demanded pledge of loyalty from Comey, the firing of Comey after he refuses to shut down the investigation of Flynn, the firing of Sally Yates after she warns about Flynn, and then, of course, the boasting to the Russians about how he's relieved, he feels no longer any pressure, and he's no longer under investigation. And now this latest news, all of it mounting evidence of powerful, undeniable dimensions, and it goes to the issue of intent.
Do you believe what you just said would be of value to Mr. Mueller, who's now going to be head of the independent counsel office? I mean, I'm afraid this is going to take a long time, but listening to your summation there, it's almost like the summation to the jury. All this evidence is out front. It's prima facie, as lawyers say. What more do we need to know than what you just went through there? I mean, it was a ringing summation, I thought.
Well, there'll be more evidence, and no doubt the press, and we have the press to thank for uncovering the truth in many of these stories, will have more, because Donald Trump seems to be a serial discourager of the truth. And that may be the result of his habit within private corporations. But one way or the other, whatever the motive, whatever the practice, it is a pattern, and more evidence will be necessary to draw conclusions, to bring any charges. We're not there yet. And Bob Mueller will no doubt take this investigation aggressively, because he is a professional, truly a professional, and he'll draw no conclusions from somebody taking the Fifth Amendment. As a former federal prosecutor, I know that when someone claims that right of Fifth Amendment self-incrimination, it's not necessarily proof of guilt. There will be more evidence amounting to proof that will be elicited by Bob Mueller.
Well, let's follow this all the way. It seems that he got in trouble again this week for meeting with the Russians, the foreign minister and the ambassador to the United States, in a very cozy setting. He was with them, and then while he was with them, he shared with them some intelligence he had about apparently some sort of terrorist plot in the works. And then today, when he's in Tel Aviv, actually he was in Jerusalem, I believe, today, he said that he didn't get that. He didn't tell them he got that from the Israelis. The whole thing seems to be squirrely, because the old thing in crime stories was the bad guy returns to the scene of the crime. It's like he keeps going back to the Russian connection. I mean, he's leading us back there every day in the stories. What do you make of that in terms of a guilty man's behavior?
I'm trained not to draw inferences from all of the comments that may be made, and we need to be careful that we don't reach conclusions before all the evidence is in. And if I were arguing this case to a jury, I would want more evidence before bringing charges, because the proof on criminal wrongdoing is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. But one point to be made here is Michael Flynn has no Fifth Amendment privilege generally as to documents. And if he's going to claim that Fifth Amendment privilege as to his testimony, he ought to be required to come before the committee. I warned about Michael Flynn back in December when Senator Shaheen and I asked for his security clearance to be reviewed. And the transition team in the Trump campaign was aware of some of these facts. Indeed, the Vice President, now Vice President Pence, may have been aware. There is circumstantial evidence there. So this investigation clearly needs to be pursued aggressively and vigorously.